There was a time before Canada was Canada. Originally, it was a vast expanse with many, many different nations living across across east to west, north to south, what is now Canada today. And a little over 1,000 years ago, there were even some Scandinavians, what some people might call Vikings. We'll talk about that term at some other point, who actually settled on the Atlantic coast, had villages there integrated with the native population there, with the local population there to some extent. Then eventually, there were, of course, the French explorers, and what is now Canada, indeed what is now most of today's United States, was part of the Kingdom of France. Most people don't realize that little fact. That was part of the Kingdom of France, and then eventually the Canadian part of that got changed over to Britain, become part of the British Empire. And indeed, even into the 20th century, 1947, 1949 in some places, Canadians were still British subjects, part of the broader British Empire. Then Canada, changed its status, and you had official Canadian citizenship. And what's interesting is that even today, Canada, great independent nation that it is, still officially has as its own sovereign the King of England. That is to say, the King of England, Charles, is actually also the King of Canada. Not because Canada is part of Britain, but united in the person of the King. He is king of multiple different dominions, including the wonderful country of Canada. So there's a rich and complex history to Canada, and it's important and I think helpful and enriching to understand, to begin to dive into some of that history of how Canada came into being today, and understanding what that heritage means for you, for me, for many of us, because we might come from Native ancestry, First Nations ancestry, we might come from Scandinavian or even East European ancestry through Canada. We might have Irish or Scottish or English ancestors or Welsh ancestors who came to Canada. And some of us might even be descended from loyalists from the 13 colonies who fought on the side of the king and the kingdom against the rebel colonials, who then after the war moved into Canada as well. It's a fascinating and rich tapestry that make up the people of Canada and might be part of your ancestry. Let's be in touch.